Hello and welcome inside Platt Arena as today the Huntington University Foresters take on Mount Vernon Nazarene Cougars. Hi folks, I'm Victor McCarty alongside my partner in crime today, Logan Hunt. Logan, first off, of course, how are you doing? And secondly, how do you think today's matchup will go for the Foresters?
Well, it's a wonderful Friday here at Platt Arena. We expect to see a great matchup between the Foresters and the Cougars. The Cougars are just coming off a loss, but that's all right. Foresters coming off a loss too. We're going to see which one team can bounce back. We've seen some exciting action out of the Foresters lately, and hopefully they can do it again.
Yes, sir. This past Saturday was an exciting time in Platt Arena indeed, as the Foresters took on an all-day tournament and ended up ending the day 2-1. Within the last match, going to the fifth set and winning. I'll tell you what, my heart was jumping out of my chest in that game. That was very exciting, to say none the least.
It definitely was an exciting day of action. Like you said, there were 2 5-setters that the Foresters pulled out. Saw a lot of strength. They lost the first one, then came back, took those last 2, and it was great being here in a great atmosphere.
Yes, sir. As always, we'd like to remind you to follow us on FDN_sports on Twitter and follow us, like us as well on Forester Digital Network on Facebook. This is the Forester Digital Network Sports, and we'll be right back with National Anthem and starting lineups.
Let's pray. Our Heavenly Father, we just thank you for such a string of just beautiful days that you've given us this week. Lord, we're so amazed by your incredible handiwork. Lord, as we turn our attention to this evening's contest, we just thank you for the safe travel that you've granted Mount Vernon. We just ask that you'll be with both teams as they compete this evening. We pray you'll watch over them and keep them free from injury. And Lord, we just thank you for the opportunity that these young ladies have to compete in the sport of volleyball. We thank you for the talent you've given them. We just pray that they will use their talents and abilities to represent you and to glorify you on the court this evening. Lord, we pray for wisdom for the officials as they call the game. And Lord, I pray that you will be present in the stands as we support and encourage those that are participating. For it's in your name we pray. Amen.
Now time for your starting lineups. First for the visiting Cougars from Mount Vernon, Nazarene University. First for your non-starters. Number 2, Haley Schultz. Number 7, Marlo Beatty. Number 9, Maddie Underwood. Number 11, Bridget Troyer. Number 12, Alyssa McKissick. Number 15, Molly Gerber. Number 17, Elsie Flores. Number 18, Mariah Kay. Now for your starters. Number 3, Allison Neer. Number 4, Carolyn Beatty. Number 5, Annalise Rohr. Number 6, Grace Tucker. Number 8, Ashley Gendrich. Number 16, Kelsey Bright. Reviewers are assisted by Katie Hewitt and head coach Paul Swanson. Now time for your starting lineup for your Huntington Foresters. First one on starters, number 1, Kate Cobb. Number 3, Emily Bennett. Number 5, Danielle Gerwig. Number 7, Audrey Miles. Number 9, Janelle Wilcox. Number 16, Sarah McCollum. Now for your starters, number 2, Katie Pugh. Number 4, Heather Bennett. Number 8, Kelsey Cruz. Number 10, Brittany Rose. Number 11, Josie Fever. And number 12, Amy Beasley. Your forces are assisted by Dave Schroeder, Lisa Grossman, and head coach Amy Sullivan.
Welcome back here to Platte Arena, where your Huntington Lady Foresters are just about ready to take on the Lady Cougars out of Mount Vernon, Nazarene. I'm Logan Hunt, and this is Victor McCarty. And Victor, we are in for an exciting game of volleyball, that is for sure.
We are indeed, Logan. Like we said in the pregame, I am really excited for the Foresters here tonight as we saw just what they can do this past Saturday in the tournament. It'll be a really exciting matchup against their Crossroads Conference opponents here tonight, the Cougars.
I say, even though the Foresters, they're 3-7 on the year, and the Cougars 11-4, looking very strong. That doesn't mean this game is out of reach for the Foresters. They can get it going early. We've seen a big stride out of them.
But that's the way it's been all year, Logan. The Foresters have always faced a team with a huge record, but they've found some way to stay in the game.
And just like we said, the Foresters starting out strong, getting the first points on the board.
It's bringing back memories of this past Saturday as the Foresters won the first set of every match they played.
Exactly. Kelsey Cruz with the serve now. Pugh with a nice dig there. Pizzo just getting it over. And that will go out of bounds. That's Kelsey Bright, 6-foot freshman for the Cougars, hitting that one out.
She will be a factor later on because, as we saw again on Saturday, that the Foresters, their strength is not in height. The other team always used to have the tallest player. So the ladies, especially Miss Beaver over here, she's going to have to use her blocking abilities to keep the Foresters in this game. But they're already up 3-0.
Foresters out to a strong start as usual. Let's see Cruz with another serve. Beatty just getting it over there. Pizzo setting up Rose on that left side. As Rose will go just out of bounds, giving the first points for the Cougars. So now we'll see a couple substitutions from both sides of the net.
It's nice to see more fans rolling in here for the Foresters.
Pugh going to her knees on that one.
Great dig by Depew.
Rohr getting that one in, and Annalisa Rohr leads the Cougars with 5 kills a game. Look for her to be a factor over there on that left side. As we'll see Bridget Troyer with the serve. Beatty with a nice dig there. And Rose hitting that one just out of bounds.
It was a long set, but it's unfortunate to end like that. Just a little too strong by Miss Rose. Someone's having to tie their shoe on the court.
That'll be Kelsey Bright waiting for her. You see Troy with the serve. Pizzo going to Beaver. Beaver tries to sneak it over. Not quite there. Gerber tries to slam it. She gets stuffed at the net. Good organization here by the Foresters. Gerber again gets denied by Cobb in the back. As Rose able to tip that one off the fingertips of Bright and will go inbounds. Point going to the Foresters.
If this first match is any indication of how the rest of this game will go, I am definitely excited to see how the Foresters look to take control here tonight.
Big hit there by Roars. Right, just like that, the Cougars are tied up with Foresters at 4. That'll be Betty back to serve. Mallers going hard there off the hands of Ashley Gingrich, the freshman.
Great power shown by Mallers. That's one advantage that the Foresters do seem to have time and time again is their power. If it's Mallers, if it's Cruz, if it's Rose, even Beaver here coming up for the serve, they seem to always have the power.
Now it'll be a double hit there on Gurwell right there at the net. Just unfortunate play there for the Foresters.
Yes, Gurwell just being beat by the Cougars.
Serves off by the Cougars. Gurwell tipping that one in. The two freshmen hooking up.
She redeems herself a little bit on that play, getting that point back.
Cobb goes out of bounds on that serve. That point goes to the Cougars.
Must have been a gust of wind that blew that ball right.
This Cougar team needs to be mentioned that they are very young. They only have one senior, that's Molly Gerber, and only one junior, Marwell Beatty.
That's one thing that the Cougars have in common with the Foresters is the Foresters only have 2 seniors as well.
See Flores with the hit. Cobb with a great dig there, capitalizing on her performance Wednesday night in their loss to Bethel, but Cobb with an individual effort of 25 digs in that game. We see a big point there for the Foresters.
Every time Mallers has been in the game, she's gotten a point for the Foresters. Very promising.
Near with the hit, it's not there. Medic going hard there. Cruz stuffed at the net. And Cruz just get that one over for the Foresters. Near with a great kill there for Mount Vernon. There's now a timeout called. And we're tied at 7 early in this first set. We talked about how the first set needs to be just crucial for either team. You got to get out and get running. But we have seen the Foresters come back from losing the first set. What have you seen so far, though, out of the Foresters that you've liked?
A lot of things that seem to be very promising. As we always mention their power, that is great to always see. But one thing I've noticed tonight is time and time again, the Foresters seem to be improving little by little with their communication and their ball movement. One of the balls almost escaped over by the net over here on the right side of the court. But the Foresters were able to communicate, get that ball back in play, and then eventually get the point in that set. So it's great. Those little things, it's great to see from the Foresters because the little things, as we've seen in the past, do add up.
Like I said, the little things do add up here in volleyball, and we've seen time and time again how, you blink your eyes and all of a sudden a team has on a 5-point run. I mean, points can be rattled off so quickly here in volleyball. The Foresters are going to have to maybe get a run of their own and make sure they hold Mount Vernon. They keep their defense. Foresters have been all about defense all year long.
Exactly, Logan. And the Foresters had a bit of a momentum when they started this match, but it's tied here, so we might have anything you can do, I can do better here tonight.
The Haley Schultz, the 5'8" freshman of East Knox High School, back to serve. Beatty with the setup there to Tucker. Cobb's right there to deny it. Cruz so strong on that left side.
Should I say it, Logan, or is it too early?
It's never too early.
Oh, Kelsey Cruz putting that ball on cruise control. Always love to see that here from her tonight.
I think you need to trademark that one.
I think I do. You know, put that on some T-shirts, start selling that at the bookstore. I think we can make some money here tonight.
We'll have Pizzo back to serve for the Foresters. And that'll be Kelsey Bright. Her kill going out of bounds. Good job there, pulling off by Cruz.
You saw the catch by Cruz. She almost extended her hand, but that's just the natural reaction that we humans, self-defense mechanism. But it's a good catch for her to pull it back so the Foresters get that point.
That's showing her maturity as a junior here on this team.
Exactly. With having only 2 seniors, juniors do need to step up and show their leadership as well.
Exactly. As we see Cruz wall go flying out. A couple substitutions now for Mount Vernon. And there'll be Ashley Gingrich back with the serve. That one hits the net, bounces in.
It's always unfortunate to see a point like that awarded off the net, especially when it's the final point of the game. But fortunately, we're just early here in the first.
Cobb getting it to Beaver, and that one just goes out of bounds. And just like that, we've seen the Cougars take the lead. They lead 10-9 over the Foresters. Cobb right there on that serve. Beaver getting blocked at the net by Bright, who he said is going to be a big factor. Cobb and DePew both going to the ground on that one, but couldn't quite come up with the dig. Nice kill there by Bright.
The Foresters seem to be losing their confidence, and we're still here early in the first. That can't happen yet.
Medic gonna get that one in. And now we'll see Brittany Rose come in for Kate Cobb and the Foresters. Cruz back to serve. Great serve there by Kelsey Cruz. Good dig there by Medic. As Rose with a little bit of trickery for the Foresters. Gets that one down and in.
As I said earlier, Logan, great ball movement from the Foresters here tonight.
Cruz going to try to follow up her serve with another good one. Going to Bright right down the middle. Beaver got her hand on it, but couldn't quite get it back over the net. We see Kate Cobb enter the game for Kelsey Cruz on the Forester side.
Presumably, it'll seem like the battle will be definitely in the trenches here tonight.
Gerber gonna sneak that one by the Foresters. Tap that one just in. Great play there by Mount Vernon. So we've reached the midway point of this set. The Cougars lead 13-11. Pizzo going to Rose on that left side. Rose slams it, but that one doesn't quite catch the line and goes out of bounds.
She has the power, just not the placement. You always have to have both of the P's.
You have all sorts of sayings over there, Victor. I love it.
They just come to me.
Medic gonna get herself. Nice point there. So now we'll see Mallers enter the game for DePew. And like you said, every time Mallers has been in, she's gotten herself a kill. See if the Foresters can't capitalize with her being in. And Beaver with the block.
As I mentioned, look for Beaver to be a powerhouse here tonight. She's starting to catch her momentum now.
Troyer going to Bright. Cobb with a great dig. And Cobb gets this one over cleanly. Troyer going to Roar. Cobb right there. Stop it. And gonna say he's about the double hit there. Point going down to the Cougars. As we see Marla Beatty back to serve. Medic all over that one.
Cougars almost running into each other.
Miscommunication there by the Foresters. As now we'll see Coach Settle call a timeout here with the Foresters down 16-13. Mount Vernon Nazarene leading. And just like that, we saw the Foresters and Mount Vernon tied up the last time out. We've gone about halfway now through the set. What do the Foresters need to do to close this set out?
Well, with Coach Settle calling a timeout, I think she needs to enforce her last name in this timeout, which is just settle down. Okay, you're laughing over here, Logan. Come on now, let's be professional.
No, I'm giving it to you. I love it. I love
All
it.
right, yeah. I think the Foresters just need to settle down because they came out of the gate swinging. They're down now 3 in the midpoint of this first set. Just settle down, come back, collect your composure. And we've seen earlier this year that the Foresters come out swinging again after timeouts. So this might be a good thing here by Settle. Timeout's always a very strategic point.
Well, we saw in their loss to Bethel Wednesday, it was 19-18 in the first set. Foresters only down 1, and they let Bethel get on a run to close out the set. The Foresters are always in this first set. Now it's just going to be a matter of closing it out. Pizzo going to Mallers. Mallers tries slamming it home, not quite there. Roar again stuffed at the net by Beaver. Medic with a great dig there. Pizzo going cross court to Rose. Things settle down here as Gerber puts that one into the net. That point to the Foresters.
I love seeing senior Medic keeping the ball alive and the Foresters getting the point.
Gurwell will enter now for Pizzo. Beaver back to serve for the Foresters. Great serve there by Beaver. And Roar slams that one home with authority as Cobb guessed the wrong way.
We need to get one of those radar guns for that shot. Oh my gosh.
I don't blame Cobb for going the other way.
Duck and cover.
Beaver setting up Rose, and Rose throws that one into the net. Cougars extending their lead now to 4.
Something seems a little off with Rose tonight. Hopefully after this first set, she'll be able to take the half break and collect herself once more.
Maller's on that opposite side. Flores gets her hand on it, but to no avail as Mallers slams that one home.
But like I said, every time Mallers has been in here, she's gotten a point for the Foresters. She'll be the key piece for the Foresters to win tonight.
I believe we found our X factor for the night. Troyer goes to near right in the middle of the court. Miscommunication leads to a Forester point, as you can see.
Logan, have you seen the movie Frozen?
I have seen the movie Frozen.
You have seen the movie Frozen?
Multiple times.
There is one point in the movie where Olaf says he hesitated. Well, Legged Cougar right there, she just hesitated. You can't hesitate in the sport of volleyball. It's a matter of seconds.
It's a great illustration there, Victor.
You have to paint a picture for the kids at home.
As it looks like they're going to call Flores with a double hit, and the Foresters come rallying back out of that timeout. Find themselves only down 1. Cobb with the serve. Beaver setting up Mallers again. Mallers this time gets stuffed. Foresters to reset. Great play there from Troyer to Neer. She slammed that one home for a kill.
This time, number 3 definitely did not hesitate and slam that ball across the court, as you said, Logan.
I think she took your advice, Victor. She heard you over here talking.
I guess she seems to like the movie Frozen. But who doesn't? You know, just let it go.
Oh, you beat me to it. Nice point there by Flores and Mount Vernon. As Mount Vernon leads 20-17 now. We'll see Carolyn Beatty up to serve. Maller's just getting that one over. Flores again. This time she's stuffed by Audria Mallers. And that point going to the Foresters.
Mallers getting helped by Gurwell on that play, but as we said, Mallers will be the X factor.
Depew with a nice long serve. We see Neer lining up. Medic is right there. BD going opposite side. Cobb with the nice dig. Cruz left side hit. Not quite there either. And finally, we'll see the miss by Grace Tucker. Point going to the Foresters. And
it was a nice job by the Cougars keeping the ball alive as they take a timeout. But just unfortunate for the Cougars, it landed out of bounds, and point goes to the Foresters. Foresters now down only by 1, 19-20 here in the first.
It's been a great job by the Foresters rallying back. We saw them down, but definitely not out. They're going to have to get themselves on just a good run here coming out of the timeout, as we saw last time. Maybe they can rat off 3 or 4 points here. Maybe catch Mount Vernon on their heels, get them down, take this first set, and really take control of this ball game.
That's what I'm thinking, Logan. The Foresters will probably look to use the Cougars' own timeout against them and continue their own momentum.
So now we'll see the Foresters come back out on the floor. Let's see Katie Depew back to serve for the Lady Foresters. Flores gets hit by Gurwell there at the net. Cruz on that left side. And that one just goes out of bounds. Point going. Mount Vernon Nazarene. A few substitutions now for the Cougars. And we'll see Haley Scholes in to serve. Cobb right there. Beaver gonna get called for the double hit. And the Cougars are up 22-19, 3 points away from taking this first set. Beaver goes to Gurwell on the opposite side. Nice dig there by the Cougars. Flores now from that left side. Cobb with a great hit there. And Cruz keeping it in. And Cruz able to hit the line.
I always enjoy seeing just getting that ball over and sneaking it right down on the line, because it gets my heart in suspense because I'm thinking, where's that ball going to go? And this time, point for the Foresters, but it's always nice to just keep the fans engaged with that kind of scoring.
Great point there. Not only is it snagged the line and it's fun to watch, but it stopped the Cougars' momentum. Next with a big hit there. Good dig by Beatty. And Flores can't get that one over. Beaver met her at the net. And once again, we see the Foresters climbing back in, only down 1.
When the Cougars see Beaver that close to the line, they have to use more power than that to get it past her.
Pizzo line drive right down the middle. Flores going for the big hit. It's not there. Pizzo outside to Medic. And that's in, and we're tied up at 22.
Medic showing her senior power and getting the point for the Foresters. We're tied 22-22.
I believe I heard her tell the Cougars to hit the weight room on that one. She's flexing her muscles strong.
Oh, dang. Now I have another song in my head. Taylor Swift's 22. Well, I bet the Foresters are feeling 22 right now.
Pizzo back to serve for the Foresters. Good serve there. And Cruz gonna hit this one into the stands. Point going to the Cougars.
Instead of standing her ground on that play, Cruz should have just taken one step back so that way the ball wouldn't have ended up behind her but gone in front with the placement of her hands.
Beatty signing up roar, and that one hits off the hands of Beaver and in. And the Cougars are looking at a set point, and Coach Settle wants a timeout to talk about this one with the Lady Foresters. As we see Mount Vernon Nazarene up 24-22, 1 point away from taking this first set. Good timeout here called by Coach Settle, as like you said, to settle her troops down. What exactly would you tell the Foresters in this timeout if you're Coach Settle?
I hope we don't overuse that too much this year, Logan. But I would just tell them hey, you guys came out swinging here in the first. Let's end it the same way we started. Let's prevent the Cougars, obviously, from getting any more points. That way we can come back and win this eventual set. It would just be I don't want to say it would be a disappointment, but it would be unfortunate for the Foresters to lose this first set after putting a great deal of effort into coming back here and making this one so close.
So the Foresters don't have to get it all back right here, but you got to put together at least 2 points to tie it up at 24. We're going to see Ashley Gingrich back to serve for the Cougars. President Emberton here of Huntington University trying to get the crowd into it.
Always love seeing her out at sporting events.
What a great president she is here for the university. And we're going to have a double hit called by the Cougars.
Hey, it doesn't always take skill to get the point. Sometimes luck's a key factor as well.
Kelsey Cruz with the serve. Still set point for the Cougars. Rorgan stuffed at the net there by Medich and Beaver. And just like we said, the Foresters got it back, tied at 24.
Beaver reigniting the fire that she had on Saturday.
Cruz with the serve. Oregon that over to Pugh right there to stop it. Pizzo going to Rose on that left side, and Rose puts that one into the net. And we'll have some substitutions now for the Cougars, and the Cougars with another set point. They lead 25-24. Crowd starting to get into it, though. Troy with the serve. Cobb gets underneath that one. Pizzo going to Rose. Rose just tapping it over. Roller going to try to end it. It's not there. Cross court now to Gerber. Depew right there. And they're going to call Pizzo there with the penalty. And that is how we'll end the first set, with Mount Vernon Nazarene Cougars taking the first set 26-24.
It is unfortunate to end the first set like that. I believe that was the third call in Pizzo of the night so far. So now after this first set, the Foresters are just going to have to once again collect themselves and say, hey, we started off, open gates running in the first. Let's do that again here in the second and just calm ourselves down, collect ourselves, and say, hey, we're not out of this yet. And it's only in the second, still plenty of game left to play.
That is for sure. We're going to have to see a lot of fight coming out of the Foresters, down a set, but the game is definitely not over yet. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with second set action here from Platte Arena. I'm Logan Hunt. This is Victor McCarty. This is Forester Sports on the Forester Digital Network. We're back here at Platte Arena to get ready to start this second set of action. And if you missed out on the first half, that's okay, because you can follow us on Twitter at FDN_sports, or go like us, our Facebook page at Forester Digital Network. You can get all the live updates from our very own Victor McCarty. He's doing double duty tonight.
I try my best to stay up to date. It's a little bit hard doing double duty, but I'll try my best to keep those informed who aren't watching here at home and only have their social media devices to stay in touch.
Foresters, unfortunately, losing the first set, 26-24 against the Mount Vernon Nazarene Cougars as we get this second set underway. Depew keeping it alive, but that will go down as a point for the Cougars off of the Kelsey Bright hit. And we'll see some substitutions now for the Cougars as the Cougars take the first point of the second set, something that we don't see usually happening against Foresters. Usually the Foresters come out and take the first point of the set. Pizzo going right to Beaver. Nice save there by Gerber. Roar on that left side. It's not there. Cruz there to hit it. And Pizzo getting called for double hit again. As now we see Bridget Troyer back to serve. Magic gets hit there at the rim. Excuse me, at the net. Pizzo goes to Cruz on that left side, and Cruz hits that one out. And just like that, the Cougars are out 2-3, lead.
They seem to be doing some hunting tonight.
Pizzo going to Medic on the opposite side. Depew and Cobb both with great digs going to the ground. Beaver just get it over. Good effort there by the Foresters. And Beaver able to get that one killed home. And I believe the Cougars went from the hunters to the hunted there as Beaver found some blood. Cruz with the serve. Bright gets rejected by Brittany Rose and Josie Beaver.
As I said in the first, Rose needed to find herself after the first set, and looks like she has done just that.
See Troyer with going to Roar. It's not there. May try sneaking it in. Roar again with the big hit. That one's going to tag in bounds. Depew just angry at herself for letting that one go. Good hit there by Roar. As you see Cobb come in now for Cruz on the Forster side of the net. Medic with a big hit on that opposite side, and she gets that one in, showing her senior leadership. Let's see Audrey Mallers enter the game for Katie Depew. That means the Foresters have to get a point, right, Victor?
Oh, absolutely.
And that's going to be Allison Neer hitting the net there, getting the 4 hits.
It might just be Mallers being in her overall presence. Like, the ball just doesn't want to be on the Forester side. Like, you saw it there.
And that was a nice slam over there by Annalisa Roar. As I said, she leads the team in kills, and she's showing it tonight. She's going to be back to serve now for the Cougars. Cougars have a slight 5-4 advantage over the Foresters. Mallers gets stuffed there. Just hits it over. And that was Beatty not being able to get a hold of that. Point going to the Foresters. As we'll see Hubby and Gurwell enter for Pizzo and Beaver.
Foresters might have came out of the gate this round crawling a bit, but they've definitely started to move up their pace here.
I think they're going for the long distance type of run now.
Hey, I mean, look at the story of the turtle and the hare, all right? It's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. Steady and slow. Wait, how's it go?
Slow and steady.
Slow and steady. I was about to say steady and slow. Slow and steady wins the race. That's what I have you for, Logan.
Mallers this time getting stuffed.
Having to protect ourselves over here on the bench.
I'll tell you what, it can get scary being courtside action here. Great seats, though. Best seats in the house.
It is very frightening.
So we'll see Betty back to serve for the Cougars after that point. Rose just keeps it alive by hitting it over. Hubby setting up Mallers on the opposite side. Nice dig there by Betty. Calling the double hit there on Flores. Point going to the Foresters. Cobb back to serve for the Foresters. And that one goes out of bounds. Can't quite handle her serves yet this game. See a quick substitution now. Scholes will enter for Neer. Scholes back to serve for Mount Vernon. Hubby going to Girlwell. Girlwell gets it down, but Beatty's right there with a great dig. Hubby this time goes to Mallers, and Mallers will not be denied.
One thing the Cougars have been great at tonight is their ball movement. But once again, Mallers finding the hole in the Cougars defense and just placing her right in there.
Depew now will come in for Mallers. We'll see Depew back to serve. And that one goes out of bounds. Costly mistakes here by the Foresters. Needing to get these little things together.
Depew getting charged for the long distance call on that serve.
Gingrich to serve for the Cougars. Depew going to the ground. Hubby keeping that alive. Beatty gonna hit that one over the net and out of bounds. She's frustrated with herself there. Point going to the Foresters. We'll see Beaver and Pizzo come in now for Girlwell and Hubby. Pizzo will be back to serve now. And that's Bright getting a big kill on that one to the left side. Nothing the Foresters could do about that. We'll see Tucker and Beatty exit. Coming in for them will be Troyer and Gerber. Troyer with the serve. Hubby going to Beaver, and Beatty right there to stop her. Roar is able to enforce her will against Beaver on that one. That one will stay in bounds.
They were there to stop it, but unfortunately the ball just took a right turn and no one there was there for the Foresters to make it go the other way.
Depew with a great dig there. Medic on the opposite side, not quite there. Roar going for the hit over. Depew gets underneath that. Cruz from that left side puts it into the net. Point going to the Cougars.
Foresters have to be careful now, down by 4. You can't let the Cougars keep up with this momentum.
We see Sarah Fakela now coming in for Kelsey Cruz.
If this was football, she'd be called for a false start.
Troyer got a little excited there, didn't let the defense substitute. Pizzo going to Beaver, and Beaver finds a little sweet spot there.
She might have the power, but she knows how to sneak that ball over.
Put a little mustard on that one. So we see Rose come in for Cobb. Michaela back to serve for the Foresters. Pizzo, good cover there. Medic sneaks that one in, hits off the hand of Troyer.
Hey, Beaver might have had the mustard, but Medic adds the ketchup.
All right, now you're just making me hungry.
Hey, I've been hungry all day.
Michaela with the serve. Troyer setting up Bright, it's not there. Cougars going to the ground. Gerber's gonna get that one over. Pizzo goes to Rose. Rose can't quite keep that one in. Point going to the Cougars. We've hit the midway mark in this second set. The Cougars up 13-10 over the Foresters. Medic gets stuffed at the net by Roar. Roar's gonna try it again. And that one goes in. Great kill there by Roar.
I know it was by instincts that Depew reached out her arm for self-defense as that ball is coming at you so fast as it does. But you also have to, as a sophomore, she has to start getting that experience, getting that leadership of, oh, the ball's going to end up out of bounds. I have to retract my hands. And it's just a mental thing that she'll have to collect throughout the years.
We've seen some exciting second set action already. The Cougars pulling out to a slight 4-point lead. It's nothing the Foresters didn't see in the first set. The Forsters, though, battled back out of the timeouts. Coach Settle calling this one. Do you think the Forsters have it in them to come back?
I think they have it in them, and as we hear here, that the Fear the Forest student section, they've collected themselves and chanting a little war chant, and I think that might be in the Foresters' favor here tonight, as we do have home court advantage, and we don't see that too often from the Forester fans of coming out and giving the support that the teams deserve. So I like to see this here tonight by the Forester fans, and I think this might be a shift that the Foresters will need tonight.
Like I said, Depew getting her hands on Betty's serve. Depew maybe should have let that one go. Looked like that one was headed out, but point going to the Cougars. Depew will handle that one cleanly. Beaver going for the grand slam. It's not there. Medic gets a nice hit on that one. Rose tipping over. Gerber tries the same thing, but Beaver was right there. Roar with the big hit, and that goes off Beaver's hand and out of bounds. Point to the Cougars.
That was the same play that happened, I think, 4 points ago when the ball just decided to take a turn right. The Foresters have to catch that and say, hey, when you have Beaver and you have Rose over on the left side, you have to have someone on the right to catch the ball.
As we see Gerber going strong on that opposite side, the lefty on the right side gets that one in. These are going to Rose, and Rose gets that one in, and maybe she's going now.
There's the Rose that the Foresters know and love.
Cougars still lead 17-11. The Foresters gonna have to get some of this lead trimmed down as Medic with the serve. Not quite there for the Foresters. That point will be for the Cougars.
The ball was placed as about the midpoint for Medic, and again, instinctive reaction is just putting your arm out, sticking out your palm to get the ball out away from you as far as possible. But as a senior, she also has to know, get your form a little down and get your palm placement up instead of out.
Well said, Victor. That really explained how to hit it.
Hey, I might not have known anything about volleyball at the start of our broadcast tenure, but I've picked up a few things here and there after this past tournament on Saturday.
We'll see the typical substitution now. Gurwell and Hovey coming in for Pizzo and Beaver. Lead still 6 for the Cougars. Hovey with the serve. Now one doesn't quite make it over the net. As we'll see Scholes and Gerber. We'll see Troyer and Gerber come out in for them. It'll be Tucker and Beatty. Beatty with the serve for the Cougars. Cobb right underneath that one. Hubby going out the left side to Mallers. Mallers gets stuffed at the net. Hubby changing courts. Rose hits that one in, and it sneaks on the back corner. Great point there by Brittany Rose.
Once again, I wish we had a slow-mo camera on the sidelines, but I caught that one with my natural eyeing abilities. Got 20/20 vision, and I was able to see that one was definitely in.
And that'll be a nice point there for the Cougars as they go up 20-13. Foresters are in this danger territory this second set. Seen it slip away. Scholes back to serve from Mount Vernon. That one barely getting over. Cruz hits that one over for the Foresters. Cobb gets underneath that one. Hubby with a great sneak over. No one saw that coming.
And that's what the Foresters are going to have to do. They're going to have to play their Trojan horse and just get the ball over the net, show the power, but don't use it. Just sneak it over.
Depew with the serve for the Foresters. They try to rally. Hubby going to Medic on the opposite side. And it is there and in. Point going to the Foresters.
I think someone set a bounty on our heads because this ball is after us tonight.
We both had a save. I don't know if that'll go down in the stats.
I think it should. I think we should start keeping our own stats.
We see Betty go to Flores. Cobb, a good dig there. Hubby to Cruz on that left side. And they're calling that out. That looked pretty into us. That looked pretty in from our view. I don't know, Victor, you're the one with the 20/20 vision.
Hey, I might be getting old in my 21 years of life, but I definitely saw that one in.
Nonetheless, the Foresters continue on their streak to come back. Medic right down the middle, slams that one in. No call could deny that. As we see P-Zone Beaver coming in for Girlwell and Hubby. The Cougars lead 21-16 late in this second set. Pizzo back to serve. Roar with a big hit into the net.
Cougars now seeming to lose some of their composure. Look to the Cougars coach to take a timeout here in the coming points.
So I believe Coach Swanson definitely could use a timeout here to get his ladies settled down. So we see Pizzo with the serve. Bright stuffed at the net by Beaver.
The Cougars should know better than that to play that play against the Beaver.
Medic with a block of her own. Cobb going to try to get underneath that one. Just gets out of bounds. Point going to the Cougars. We see Gerber and Troyer coming in for Beatty and Tucker. Troyer with the serve. That's long. Point back to the Foresters. Brittany Rose coming in for Kate Cobb. Foresters only down 4. So we're nearing the end of this second set.
At this point, both Cruz and Depew should know to at least one of you have to step up because the Cougars found that sweet spot and penetrated the Foresters' defense.
Beaver tagging that one over. Troyer doing a great job keeping that alive. Cobb with the dig of her own. And Depew and Medic, miscommunication there. And just like that, the Cougars are faced with a set point.
It looked like Depew pointed up. She seemed to have been blinded by the light up above. So just a little bit of home court advantage serving as a disadvantage for the Foresters.
24-18. Mount Vernon Nazarene Cougars on top of the Huntington University Lady Foresters. They're looking at a set point, looking to go up 2-0 over the Foresters. But we've seen the Foresters fight back and win a 5-setter. It's looking like the Cougars are going to take this second set. It's not over yet. We've seen how the Foresters come out strong out of timeouts, but they're going to need a big run here and a lot of defense.
Yes, Logan, never count the Foresters out. They always have the fight in them.
You always have to fear the Forest and what they can do. The student section's still getting into this one. They're still having a jolly good time over there.
Like I said earlier, I always love to see the student section out and about. In my early tenure as a freshman coming to Huntington University, we didn't have much of that school spirit. So it's nice to see with the instatement of Dr. Emberton, she's kind of brought that school spirit along with her, and I love to see that.
Well, she's right in the mix there in the student section.
Exactly. She's more often than not leading the chants herself.
Betty with the serve for the Cougars. Beaver gonna try to put that one home. It's not there. Pizzo going to Rose, and Rose gets that one in. As we'll see Mallers come in for Depew.
And we know what that means. Luck back on the Forester side.
Medic with the serve. Good communication by the Cougars, calling each other off. Roar hits that one out of bounds. And the Foresters picking up 2 quick points to bring themselves within 4. Looking to keep this run going. You got Medic with the serve. And a big block there by Beaver, right back into the chest of Allison near and out of bounds.
Taking some words out of my former colleague's mouth, Eric Banton from last year. Beaver says, no way, Jose, on that play.
Roar ends it herself as that one goes off the hands of Beaver and out of bounds. Point going to the Cougars. And this second set will go to the Cougars. They take this one 25-21. We'll be back with the third set here from Platte Arena. I'm Logan Hunt. This is Victor McCarty. This is the Forster Sports on the Forster Digital Network. Welcome back here to Platte Arena. I'm Logan Hunt. Alongside me, I have Victor McCarty. And we're getting ready for this third set action. Your Foresters down 2-0. And I know I've said this over and over again, but make sure you follow us on all the social media sites. Twitter, it's going to be at FDN_sports, and go like us on Facebook at Forester Digital Network. Victor, I know you have a little bit of history of what's going on from around the league.
I do, Logan.
What's going on?
Well, looking at the matchup of Marion versus Indiana Wesleyan, Wesleyan winning that 2-0 right now, and then St. Francis and Spring Arbor are tied at 1.
Spring Arbor could pull an upset there on St. Francis. That'd be a big one. Indiana Wesleyan good as usual.
Yep.
Gonna be cruising over Marion. We're set to get this third set underway. We'll have Ashley Gingrich, the 5'8" freshman from Plain City, Ohio, gonna serve off for the Cougars.
Too high for Beaver.
Puts that one right into the net. First point of the set going to the Cougars.
Her last name's not Kangaroo, for Pete's sake.
Maddish with a great hit there from deep. They're going to say that Pizzo was in the net on that one. Point going to the Cougars.
That's the fourth call Pizzo has against her tonight on that same thing, so she has got to watch herself.
Cruz going out of bounds on that one, just a bit too far. Had a lot of power on it, but it's not controlled power.
Yeah, there's no such thing as too much power, okay? It's just that the placement is the thing that's off.
Depew tries to get out of the way of that serve, but just nips there. That's going to be an ace there for Gingrich. And just like that, the Cougars are out to a quick 4-0 start. Medic with a big hit. Nice save there by Betty. Cruz on that left side. Bouncing off of heads and in. We'll see Rose come in for Cobb. Cruz back to service. She got the first points on the board for the Foresters.
It's nice to see
set.
Junior Cruz stepping up for the Foresters. But miscommunication plaguing the Foresters here tonight.
Cobb coming right back in for Cruz. As now we'll see Troyer back to serve. Medic can't quite send that one over. Hits the net and down. And the Cougars have a 6-1 lead here early.
The Foresters do not look like the same team that I saw on Saturday night.
Rose with a big hit at Gerber, and that will be a point for the Foresters. She said, "Will you accept my rose?" And that one stays in.
Hey, I'm not a fan of The Bachelor, but I'll be a fan of The Bachelor tonight.
And just like that, the Foresters getting 2 quick points. Trim that lead in half. Medic back to serve for the Foresters. And that one goes out of bounds, and I'm sorry, that's the commentator's curse. I'll take the blame for that one for the Foresters.
We have to watch ourselves.
Betty with the serve. Pizzo does a great job keeping it alive. Pizzo going left side to Rose. That one goes off fingertips into the stands. Rose again.
Rose saying, hey, every rose has its thorn.
I like that one too. We have Hubby and Gerwell coming in for Pizzo and Beaver. Hubby back to serve now. Near with the big hit. Medic can't quite get to that one. That point going to the Cougars. Roar with the serve. Cobb handles that easily. Mallers with the hit. Nice dig by Betty. Flores can't handle that one for the Cougars and get it over, and Foresters winning an easy point there.
That's the second time tonight that I've seen number 17 just not use enough power. As I've said before, there's no such thing as too much power, but there is such a thing as too little power.
Cobb with a great dig there. Maller's coming strong in that left side. Good dig there by Troy to stop it. And the battle at the net goes to the Foresters. They're going to say Gerber hit that one out of bounds.
Definitely a lucky play for the Foresters, but they have Mallers in there, so I'm not surprised.
Coach Swanson from Mount Vernon Nazarene wants an explanation on what exactly happened. It looked like that went off the hands of Gerwell. They're going to say Gerwell hit that over first, and then Gerber hit it out.
It's too bad we have no flags like in the sport of football where you can challenge the play.
Tell you what, get some good camera work here, get the Hawkeye like they have in tennis. See if the ball goes out of bounds and everything. We get a lot of good calls.
One of those.
As now the Cougars are up 9-6. Make a few substitutions. We'll see Carolyn Betty, 5'5" sophomore, with the serve. Mallard does a good job keeping that alive for the Foresters. Flores going to try to hit it home, not there. Cruz, good placement on that left side. Nice stuff there at the net by Growell and Cruz. As Cougars get flustered and can't get it over in 3 hits. And the Foresters have clawed their way back into this one. They're only down 2. Depew entering now for Mallers. And Depew's with the serve.
Cruz playing a very pivotal role in that last point. We saw from here where she decided, instead of going up and slamming for the ball where she would have lost her balance, instead she took a step back and just hovered it over the net. And that's the kind of decision making we need to see out of the Foresters.
Allison Neer with a big slam there. So we'll see Scholes with the serve. Good dig there by Depew. Up gets to Gerwell on that opposite side. Cobb, nice dig there. Cruz left side hit. Cobb, great dig as she went to the floor hard on that one. Her and Depew working together. And Betty can't hit that one over. And the Foresters are rewarded for their efforts.
It's a good thing the Foresters stayed limber before the game because they're acting like Mexican jumping beans out there jumping around.
Pizzo and Beaver coming in for Hubby and Girlwell. Pizzo back to serve for your Foresters. Betty going to Bright. It gets tipped at the net by Beaver. Cruz on that left side. Flores tries her look. She's stuffed at the net by Beaver. Beaver gets a hand on it again. Beaver just tipping that one over this time.
Great job keeping that ball alive from the Foresters as they do it again.
And Cruz gets it in. Big point there for the Foresters off the long rally.
It's great to see effort like that being rewarded.
Pizzo with the good serve. Betty going to Bright. And that one just gets out of the reach of Depew and in to stop the run for the Foresters. Flores exits, in for her would be Gingrich. Gingrich back to serve. With Mount Vernon on top 11-9. Beatty getting blocked at the net by Beaver and Cruz. Unfortunate roll there for the Foresters. That one hits off the net and out of bounds and in. That'll be a point for the Cougars.
Beaver showing displeasure with that play as the ball just escapes her on the right.
Gingrich with a great serve. Cruz will hit it over. Good hit there. Roar. You're going to be denied by Cobb as the Foresters keep it in and going. Great block there by Beaver. She is ecstatic.
Beaver saying, no, 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 that ball ain't coming on this side.
Is that did you just quote Amy Winehouse there?
Hey,
no, no, no.
It's been a musical night so far, so I'm just trying to play things in.
Beaver gets her hands on that one. Depew gets it into Cruz, and Cruz can't quite make something out of nothing there. She puts that one into the net. Supposed to see substitutions on both sides. Cobb comes in for Cruz. Back to serve for the Cougars. It'll be Troyer. Rose with a big hit. Troyer gets her hands on that one, though. Roar gets blocked at the net there by Medic and Beaver.
Beaver reigniting the fire we saw on Saturday after she lost it earlier here in this game.
Roar gonna answer with the kill of her own. Sneaks that one down and in as the Cougars lead 14-11 halfway through this third set.
The Forcers can't let their emotions control them here in this third as when things go wrong, because we saw in Medic's face the displeasure she had with not getting there to the ball. She can't let the negative plays get to her, because that's what will keep the Forcers out of this game. But Forcers get the point, only down by 2 now here in the third.
It almost looks too easy for Beaver, with her getting blocks now.
It does. But I think that's just because we're getting used to it. Never take anything for granted, Logan.
Forcers can't quite handle that hit there by Gerber. Cougars lead by 3. We'll see Flores come in for Gingrich. And we'll see Annalisa Rohr back to serve. Cobb had to climb a ladder to get to that one, as Mallers goes strong on that opposite side, and that goes out of bounds. Just barely. Point going to the Cougars. And now we'll have a sub. We'll see Sarah Vakala get some action. She'll come in for Heather Medic. Rose can't quite get that one over. It doesn't quite stay on the right side of the net. We'll see Roar with the serve again. Michaela getting underneath that one nicely. Rose with a big hit, but Betty's right there with the dig. Flores keeping it alive. Up he goes to Mallers. That's off the fingertip of Flores and in. And like you said, Victor, Audria Mallers coming alive.
It's always nice having her in the game, because it's definitely ends on the positive side for the Forcers.
Cobb now with the serve. Troyer goes right at near. Gurwell is right there. Ball nearly hitting one of the lights here at the gymnasium. Cougars do a good job keeping it alive. Gurwell sneaks that one over.
It was a great job by the Cougars keeping the ball in play and not losing the ball in the lights from up above. But the Foresters, once again, Beaver able to sneak the ball across the net.
Cobb with the serve. Gerber gonna get that one over nicely. We go to Cruz on that left side. Cruz gets denied. Cobb right there to save it though. Mallers goes strong on that opposite side, and that's in for a Forester point. Foresters are pulled within 2 now in this third set.
I love what we see out of Mallers here tonight. Only a sophomore and showing the true power that she has. That's a great foresight for what the Foresters have in the future years.
Troyer there goes to near. It's not there. Cobb there with the rejection. Cobb will put it over herself now. Cruz with a nice hit. Defended well. Flores gets stuffed at the net by Gurwell. They're going to say that Gurwell touched the net.
It was another great block, but you can't touch the net in this sport.
Cougars going to steal a point away there from the Foresters. We see Betty with the serve. Mallers gets rejected by Near at the net. And the Cougars extend their lead now to 4. Betty going with the serve, but first we're going to have a timeout here by Coach Settle. And the Foresters This game might be slipping away here for the Lady Foresters. They find themselves down 19-15. We're late in this third set. Victor, what would you like to see out of the Foresters coming out of this timeout?
I would just like to see them get their composure back. From the beginning of this game here tonight, the Foresters came out swinging, but then as the matches have continued to go on, they've sort of lost themselves. And you can see it in their eyes that they seem to not be themselves from what I saw out of them this past Saturday night. So I just say, hey, come out of the timeout, find yourselves. You're only down by 4. You're not out. Keep your heads in this.
They might have to dig deep to get this one. Maybe get a few kills on the way. They're going to have to get themselves back into this one. Really have found themselves in a hole. It's a manageable hole that they can climb out of. As we'll see, Carolyn Betty back to serve. Maller's going strong. It's not there. Michaela keeping it alive to Hubby. Hubby sneaks that one over. And that will be good for a Forester point.
The Foresters bring their ladder with them out of the timeout to climb out of that hole.
And we'll see Katie Depew now back to serve. Betty setting up near on that opposite side, and that stays in. Depew can't quite get to that one in time.
That has seemed to be one of the Cougars' favorite spot tonight. It is just outside the left corner, and then as well over on their own side of the court on the right after they block the ball.
That'll be Haley Scholes hitting that one into the net. As we'll see Hovey and Gerwell exit the game. Pizzo and Beaver coming in, and Beaver might be that spark that the Foresters need to rally back as they trail 20-17. Pizzo going with the serve. Betty going to Flores on the opposite side, and that's out just barely. Can't quite nip the back line. The Foresters find themselves only down 2. And that's going to be a push there on Beatty.
And just like that, Foresters only down by 1. Their ladder from the timeout continues to grow taller.
Pizzo trying to keep this run going with a good serve. Roar with the hard slam from the back. Cobb right there. Pizzo going to cruise on the left side. He gets rejected right at the net by Kelsey Bright, the 6-foot freshman. And now we'll see Flores exit in for Ruby Gingrich.
As we said at the beginning of the game, Mount Vernon's height would be a factor here tonight as the Foresters have no one close to being 6 foot on their own team.
We'll see Pizzo go to Medic. Medic on the opposite side. It goes out of bounds. 22-19. The Cougars on top. Gingrich again with the serve. Pizzo goes to Beaver. Beaver thought, Foresters thought they had it, but Gingrich somehow keeps it alive.
They can't get overconfident.
As Roar hits this one out, Cobb gets a hand on it, goes the opposite way, and the Cougars win a wild point there.
Celebrating too early for the Foresters, got their heads out of the game. They can't celebrate until they see that ball hit the floor.
Pizzo going to Medic again. Medic again hits this one out of bounds, and now we're looking at set point, game point here.
That's been the story of the night so far, Logan, is the ball always being out of play for either the Foresters or the Cougars. More often than not, though, unfortunately for the Foresters.
Big hit there by Grace Tucker, and that is how the dice will fall. As you'll see, the Huntington Foresters drop this third set 25-19, and they're going to take a tough 3-0 loss to the Mount Vernon Nazarene Cougars. Saw a lot of good heart, close sets at least for the Foresters, losing 26-24, 25-21, and 25-19. They have to be proud of their efforts.
They do have to be proud. Great effort tonight. They never gave up, and that's always great to see out of a team. But it's just one thing after another tonight. The little things added up, and they weren't quite the team that they were this previous Saturday night. And now they're going to have to find themselves going into their next match.
Well, make sure you tune in tomorrow at 4 o'clock.
Tomorrow at 4 o'clock, men's soccer in action over at King Stadium.
It'll be an exciting one there, so make sure you tune in. That's going to do it for myself, Logan Hunt. And for
I'm Victor McCarty, and this has been FDN Sports on the Forrester Digital Network.